Hello, Uggies Worldwide. I'm Dave Casler, amateur radio call sign KE0OG, here with another episode of Ask Dave. A couple weeks ago, I did a review of an antenna for a company called GOOZEEZOO in China. And it was a little portable antenna. It was about 3 BD down from unity gain, so it's something that could be used as a portable antenna. Maybe with a few more radials, it might have done a little better. Anyhow, they liked my review, so they said, would you like to review another antenna of ours? And that's this. Now, this antenna is an end-fed half-wave for 80/10. And it comes in a bag, which I guess to emphasize the portable nature of it. In the bag here is a huge amount of rope that doesn't stretch and is UV resistant that you can use for putting the thing up. So this can be used for like POTA or just permanent antenna in your backyard. Now I will note that what we have here, it says multiband ed-fed half-wave antenna. Okay, and it will do 80/10, including the workbands. Okay, this is pretty sturdy right here, very sturdy mount. The connector goes here, and it will hang this way, and this has got a little shield to keep the water from leaking into the coax. Now, they also have this little inductor on it, similar to the MyAntennas end-fed half-wave. They've got that on there too. So it's very similar in many regards to that. Now we're going to put this thing up in the place of the antenna I've got on the high poles right now, which is the ARRL end-fed half-wave antenna. It's designed, well, it's advertised as 40/10, but the balun that's in it will also work 80. Skipping 60. It's real hard to find an antenna that will do 60 as well as others, and the 60-meter band is usually used for emergency services and stuff like that. There are only 5 frequencies on there that you can use. Anyway, we'll put this thing up and we'll do some tests and see how well it works. Okay, we did it. We put the antenna up. I've got a couple of videos of my assistant pulling the thing up as though it were a flag, and we got the thing up about 30 feet. So let's go ahead and look at some charts here. The antenna testing that we're doing, the unit under test is a GOOZEEZOO JYR8010 150 watt end-fed half-wave. Now note that it has a 64/1 balun instead of a 49/1 balun. Now that's actually created by just one more winding around the internal toroid. It's mounted horizontally about 30 feet. Orientation is east-west. The test equipment used, the comparison antenna, is a step IR, big IR vertical. It's not very far away. Note this is a unity gain antenna. Of course, it does have vertical polarization. We use the nano VNA for the SWR measurements in the SDR Play Duo to receive both antennas at the same time so we could do a real comparison, because as you know on HF things jump around all the time. So I wanted to do an exact moment comparison. This is what the SWR looks like across the entire HF spectrum. It looks good on the bands. One of the problems here is that the way this nano VNA is set up, there can only be 100 data points. We've got them spread across quite a region. So let's look at 80. We've got real nice SWR. Notice across the whole band. Pretty good, and you'll see that here in a picture. The step IR, big IR is on the top in all of these pictures, and the unit under test, which is the 80-10 end-fed half-wave, is on the bottom. Now, you can see they receive about the same thing, maybe a little less. I don't see much of a line there. I tried comparing these. I've got an 11.1 dB signal to noise ratio here. It looks about the same on the waterfall here. Now, the big IR is not all that wide on 80. And the way it's set up, it's kind of receiving the top part. This one seems to be receiving more of the bottom part here as you get a little bit more signal here. So let's look at 40. Excellent SWR across 40. And comparing the two, they sure look a lot alike, don't they? We have a minus 97.6 dBm signal here and a minus 91. So actually this is receiving slightly better than the other, which you would expect. It may be just a horizontally polarized signal. We do have the polarization differences to take into account. We can go to 30, nice SWR right across 30. 30 is not very wide, and we do just CW on that. So if we look at 30, we look at this line right here. We've got 11.1 dB, 12.4 dB in terms of signal to noise ratio. That is, for all practical purposes, about equal, okay? 20 meters, our workhorse band. We've got very good SWR here. You can see that we've got a lot of signals. This one is getting 31.9 dB signal to noise ratio on this FT8 signal here. Here we're getting 36.45 dB difference, which, if you consider all of these signals, some of these signals could go both ways as to which were best, because the antenna under test is also a unity gain antenna. It's just polarized a little bit differently. 15 meters, we've got a pretty good SWR right here, okay? And if we compare the signals back and forth, we've got 37 dB signal to noise ratio on FT8. Here we have 40.4, which is 3 dB better, which is half an S unit. It's actually insignificant, again, considering the polarization differences. 12 meters, excellent SWR down here. And if we look at the receiver, this is the FT8. 12 meters is pretty narrow band. 37 to 35, almost equal, okay? So 10 meters. Note down here, this is primarily where you will be working in this region right here. The single sideband starts down here at 0.3, and you've got pretty good. Starts to climb out a little bit as you get out of the band. On 10 meters, there really were no signals of note to compare against, and I think we've just got polarization differences in here. Okay, so what's the bottom line here? The bottom line here is that this end-fed half-wave antenna is a fully formed antenna. It's as good as, or in some cases, a tiny, tiny amount better than the vertical, but that could do with polarization differences too. On the lower bands, it's too low, and the higher bands, it's too high, but it still performs very well. This is not a compromise antenna. This is a fully functional unity gain antenna, meaning it has no gain over dipole, primarily because it is a dipole. The 64:1 Balun ratio, I think, is fine. It's usually 49:1 for these end-fed half-waves, but just sticking it up there, the end of a dipole is a pretty high impedance, and they're matching it right at the end. Now, we didn't put any kind of a counterpoise on this. This used a long cable all the way over to where the lightning arresters were, so the outer shield, which is acting as the counterpoise, is grounded at that point, so we won't get any RF into the station. So I like this antenna. I'm going to leave it up. It's a fine antenna. This antenna right here is also an end-fed half-wave. It's made by HF Kits and sold by the American Radio Relay League, and it's got the 1 to 49 Balun. Now note, it says down here frequencies 3.5 to 30. The black wire that comes with it is the original part, and I extended it with the white wire to 80 meters. And you can do this with yours too. It will work fine. Just find the right length for that, which you can do with your antenna analyzer, and you should be fine. And in addition to 80, 20, 15, and 10, you'll also pick up the work bands 30, 17, and 12. Seem to do very well on that thing. So there you have it, a good antenna to get. Now, you can get this antenna from several vendors. There you have it, good antenna. If you'd like to help support this channel, just join. There's a little tick box that you can tick that's just below the bottom of the video on YouTube. And until we next meet, 73.